Anyone in their sound mind would want to live as happily as possible. Sadly, the reality is much harsher than what we want it to be. And true enough, the truth does hurt. However, in order to grow and be genuinely happy, you must accept the brutal realities of life and take off your rose-colored glasses. A good example of a harsh reality is the fact that failure is part of life. It's just how life is wired. You cannot beat yourself up every time. And at times like these, a reality check is just what you need so you can take a long, hard look at what's really going on with your life. Stay tuned to know the brutal realities about the life you must accept to live a happy life. Number 1, it's impossible to please everyone. We cannot control what others do, think, or say. We know this full well, yet we still spend so much time complaining and wishing for things to be different. But think about this. Even if you worry about others' actions and opinions, it won't change a teeny bit of the outcome. So what's truly the point, huh? So accept that such things like those are simply outside of your control. Only when you spend less time worrying about things you can control can you start focusing on what you can. Before we continue, a like would be great. Number 2, you can change the things that have already happened. We've had our fair share of mistakes and regrets that we wish we could change if only life permits us. But the thing is, there's no undoing what has already been done. You'd never be happy if you are stuck in the past. Learn from your mistakes. It's done and over with, move on. You'd only be wasting your time worrying about it. Remember, we are all living on borrowed time. Live in the moment, feel the moment. That way, you can say you fully lived your life when the time comes. Number 3, you always have a choice. Things happen because we acted on them. They happen because we choose them. Be it love or work, things happen because of the series of your choices. You can put up with the mistreatment in your workplace, or you can hand in your resignation. You can accept a dinner invitation from an ex, or you can forget about it. The choice will always be up to you. People treat us the way we allow them to. So whether you like it or not, you have a choice. It's time you acknowledge that. No matter how good you've been living as a person, adversities always have a way of creeping in. More about this next. Number 4, bad things happen to good people. Bad things are inevitable. Bad people aren't the only ones that attract bad things. Whether it be yourself, people you know, or just others in the world who are genuinely good, bad things will strike. Conversely, bad people will have good things. Some who are unkind or malicious can prosper in certain areas in their lives, or even just everything about their lives. And of course, it isn't fair. Nothing is fair in life. It's just the way it is. Accept that life isn't perfect, and you'll have double the happiness you have. Number 5, sorrow isn't gonna be forever. A bad thing can also come in the form of sorrow. And like bad things, sorrows are also just as inevitable. Trials like these are given to use to better equip you for the next challenge. This way, it'll be less painful when you start accepting them. So don't avoid your sadness, embrace it. There's nothing you could do about it. And don't worry, your rainbow will come after your rain. It always does. Life is all about ups and downs and highs and lows. It's what makes us desperate to live so we can get a taste of the thing called life. Money makes the world go round. Do you think so too? Let's talk more about it next. Number 6, money is of paramount importance. No matter how much we tell ourselves that money doesn't matter, the truth is it actually does. Everyone wants money, but the majority of us hate to admit it. If you ask around, everyone would take up the chance to have more money in their bank accounts. After all, money is required for you to eat, have shelter, put clothes on, you name it. The harsh reality is that money is extremely important. It's one of the top aspects of living a happy life. But it's also important to know that it isn't the only aspect. Number 7, some things about yourself just cannot be changed. Every single one of us is flawed. We have limitations and imperfections we wish we don't. But this is actually just one of the many conditions of life. As such, it is your responsibility to work with what you've been given. It's the limitations that often cannot be changed and thus must be accepted. You can dream of a better life and work hard toward it. However, sometimes it's also best to just do what you can and trust in the future. Number 8, you only have yourself to rely on. It might be harder to accept this truth than others, but no one is ever going to look out for you the way you can but you. No matter how much you're loved by your family and friends, at the end of the day, you're the only one responsible for your own happiness and success. You may have people who will support you, but ultimately, you must fend for yourself. No one's going to live your life for you. You're the captain of your life. solve your problems, and achieve your goals. Take control over your life. Everyone's busy, but is everyone also being productive? Next up is how the word busy isn't synonymous with productivity. Number 9, being busy doesn't mean you're being productive. Did you truly get some actual work done? Just because you're busy or trying to be, that is, doesn't mean you're truly being productive. You can be busy but not achieve anything because you haven't set clear goals for yourself. You can be busy with many things, say cleaning your room when you actually need to finish your term paper. In such cases, being busy could easily be an excuse for not doing the more urgent task at hand. We are usually to blame for our misfortunes. Again, our lives are a series of our choices. If you want to live a happy life, start doing things differently. Number 10, there's always someone better or worse than you. Everything is comparative in life. It's futile to compare things by just looking at one angle. What's easy for you may be very difficult for someone else and vice versa. The harsh truth is that the world is full of comparisons and there's nothing we can do to avoid it. A comparison can be put to good use, granted that you have a positive mindset. When you compare, it's to find out the difference. That way, you can choose to work towards or away from it. Number 11, there's no perfect time to do anything. Sometimes you need to put yourself out there before you can ever be ready. You can wait for a rainstorm to stop, but there's no guarantee when it will. And so, sometimes the best course of action is to put on some rain boots, wear a raincoat, and get out in the downpour. If you wait too long to do something, you may lose the opportunity. The silver lining here is that the more you can take action during difficult situations, the less painful they will be as time goes on. Number 12, you're going to die someday. This doesn't make you happy in the slightest, right? But when you accept that you have a limited time on Earth, you'll stop caring about many things that don't really matter. It somehow puts everything into perspective. Does complaining about someone cutting you off in traffic worth complaining about? Is receiving the wrong order in a restaurant worth getting worked up over? For all you know, you can get hit by a car while crossing the street across from your place and die tomorrow. It's unsettling, but it's one of life's realities. So focus your energy on the things and people that do matter. Do things you love. Be with the people you love. Take a break and go somewhere nice. You're going to die someday, so until then, live your life the way you want to. Increasing your happiness can also be done by introducing new habits to your daily routine. Click this video to find out what these daily habits are.